This video is on factoring the trinomial with a leading coefficient greater than 1 using the AC method. So this leading coefficient is 8, so it's greater than 1. So how you do this is you multiply the A, which is the 8, and the negative 3, which is the C. You're going to multiply them together. So 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. I'm just going to write that off to the side. And then I'm going to create a chart. And then I'm going to work with the middle term, B, negative 8, and write that on the right side of the chart, negative 10. And I'm looking for factors of negative 24 that add to negative 8. So negative 12 times 2 is negative 24. When I add them together, I get negative 10. So what your process you're going to go through next is to take these two terms and you're going to cross that middle term out. So these are going to become two terms. You're splitting up that x term into two terms. All right, so here we go. So the first term, 8x squared. And now you're splitting up that middle term into negative 12x and positive 2x. And then you bring that last term down, your C term. So now you have a quadnomial, which is 4 terms. You're going to continue now with grouping. So we're going to group the first two terms together and then group the second two terms together. Now we take out their greatest common factors, your GCFs. So in the first group, our GCF is 4x. So we're left with 2x minus 3. In the second group, we don't have a GCF, but we can factor out any term by 1. So our greatest common factor in that second group is 1. So we're left with 2x minus 3. After that, we should look to see that our two parentheses match up, which they do. So that's your new GCF. So your new GCF is 2x minus 3. Your leftovers, which I call them, are your 4x plus 1. They're going to go into your second parentheses. All right. In the next slide is that same problem doing a different method. You might like this method, you might not. You might like the AC method that we just did, but it's just a tool for you because these are probably the hardest types of factoring problems is when you have that leading coefficient greater than 1 in a trinomial. So the nickname slide, divide, and bottoms up. So I'm going to take care of the slide first. So you're taking this 8 and you're going to slide it to the right. Now we're going to ignore it. So we have x squared minus 10x. Now since we slid it to the right, you're going to multiply it to negative 3. So 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. So there's the slide part. So again, you're going to slide that 8 to the right and multiply it to negative 3 to give you negative 24. All right. Now, before we divide, we have to factor this trinomial. So how you factor it is just like how we've done in the previous example, where you say, what are the factors of negative 24 that add to negative 10x? And that's x minus 12 and x plus 2. Now here's where the divide comes in. Remember how we ignored this 8? You're going to divide it by the two numbers of negative 12 and 8. Now we need to simplify it. So we're going to simplify those fractions, reduce them down. So the first fraction, negative 12/8, can be divided both the numerator and denominator by 4. So that's going to become 3 halves and 1/4. All right, so we've done the slide, we've done the divide. Our last step is bottoms up. So how we do bottoms up are these bottom numbers, the denominators, are going to go up in front of those x terms. So now we're left with 2x minus 3 and 4x plus 1. This is the same answer we got in that previous problem doing the AC method. It's up to you if you like the AC method or you like the slide, divide, and bottoms up.